Well, congratulations on the film again.
Thank you, mate. Yeah.
Jumping back into the Potter world, what was it about this story that you enjoyed and gave you some new challenges?
I love the characters. Newt Scamander, Magi-zoologist, has a Keaton-esque walk. I loved Queenie Goldstein and Katherine playing Tina, and Jacob Kowalski. The fact it was set in America, so it felt like a long way from a boarding school in Scotland, and there weren't kids in it, they were all grown-ups. It felt like it had all the lovely qualities of a J.K. Rowling story, but in a very fresh kind of way.
Obviously lots of CGI in this, but it felt like, especially in New York City and everything, that you built a lot of it and it feels quite big. Was that something that you wanted to do, and build some sets as well as CGI?
The one thing we've learned from this process is if you have a big enough foreground set, the digital extensions always feel realer. Whereas if you try and create a very, an exclusively digital environment, it never quite works. It feels a bit hokey. So filming in real light conditions with real foreground sets and then extending those sets gives you probably the best looking sense of a world, even if you're heightening it somewhat. And my favourite visual effects in Fantastic Beasts are not necessarily, I love the beasts, but I love some of the street scenes where we sort of put real sets next to digital environments.
You've got a great ensemble on this, led by Eddie.
Yeah.
Rumour has it that he didn't audition for this. He was someone that you wanted straight from the get-go. What was it about him that was perfect for Newt?
I didn't audition him. I just offered him the job. He's very British. He's very soulful. He has a great sense of being a Brit, basically. And there's something about Newt Scamander, who's kind of quirky and odd, and whoever played that character needed to play it with real charm and warmth, and Eddie has that oozing out of him, so that was quite a useful asset.
What was it like with JK on, I presume, on the set? She probably on the set of Potter, but obviously she wrote this, her first screenplay. Was she as more involved than she was on say, Harry Potter?
Totally. It was lovely. I mean, every time she came to set, it was a real event. It was lovely to have her around. She's got this encyclopedic knowledge of her world, and it's always brilliant to have her present. And, so she came to set quite a few times, and she wrote the screenplay, which was effectively the roadmap for the movie. You couldn't be more involved than that, effectively.
And obviously they've said about lots of sequels now, big expanded kind of universe again. Are you?
Let's see how the first one does. We're cautiously optimistic. Touch wood.
Touch wood.
And we hope it'll do well. And that will dictate the course of what comes.
But you're on for the second one, aren't you, I believe?
I am, yeah. I'm building Paris in Watford, or Stuart Craig, my production designer, is building Paris in Watford, starting in February.
Is it some of the same cast, or is it a bit of a
Yeah,
mix?
we continue with the same cast and some brilliant new characters.
Fantastic.
Great.
Look forward to it. I really enjoyed this one.
Oh,
great.
great.
Thank you so much for your time.
Nice to see you, mate. Yeah, you take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey